just... Una's not even looking at you. She's shooting daggers with her wrinkles across the room. Trying also desperately to slay the pot-making beast.
If looks could kill.
No! You can't convince me! This is not our way! Not our fight! No, no, no!
You say it's not our fight. How can you be so sure that that's going to hold true? You've seen how the common language invades already. If you think the entire world goes to war and we get roped in, do you really think that's better?
You have once again earned the dagger eyes.
I understand that you hold your values, and it is impressive the tenacity with which you can keep the things the way they are. But that's only going to work as long as everything is relatively calm. That's not the way things are out there right now. Everything is going to whatever our equivalent of hell is.
Whatever the old language for awful places.
Yeah. Somewhere warm. No.
Where there's maybe like this gross, disgusting yellowy gold sand stuff.
Everything's going to Zanzibar.
That sounds like the name of a sitcom. You know, I've thought about it. It dawned on me. If there's a war, there are resources, yes? He looks at both you and your mother. Waiting for a response.
What do you mean?
Well, there would be a collection of resources, and they would be moved and distributed to where they would best fit, yes?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Just go with it, he has a point.
No.
She's just like, I can't say that for sure. The being that is frontlining this entire operation most likely has some sort of plan.
Right, and since we already seem to be low on resources to heal our sick, nurture our wounded, there is a good chance that we may find a new way. True, maybe not as part of tradition, but even though we shouldn't fully accept outsiders, it does strike my curiosity that if this, DePaulo, yes, if he is on our side, then perhaps this academy, which seems to be well enough off to train not only... I forgot Hyalla's last name.
Just say Hyalla and we'll fill it in.
Hyalla!
Likewise, if Hyalla uses any of the elders' names, she's actually using their last name, but I didn't feel like writing those, so...
Fair enough. Along with many other young minds from all over the mountain, then perhaps it is possible we can open up some sort of supply chain for medicine and dressings. And he looks back over to the only elder who I can't think of what to call them besides Medicine One. So we'll go with Medicine One. I'm sorry. I can't express my sorry. I'm so sorry, G. And
I didn't just give up and start calling them cat names.
Because I'm going to try.
Connor Oreo.
I'd rather be really awkward than risk being horribly offensive to the work she put into it. I'm trying.
Oh?
I saw a post today that was like, is pss, pss, pss a tabaxi slur? And someone was like, no, but it is a microaggression. And a third person chimed in, actually, it's just catcalling.
That one, that's pretty good.
It was really great.
And you notice out of the corner of your eye, your grandmother has her head as tucked down as she can so that Una can't really see her, but you can still see the corners of her snout curling up because she's smiling. She knows what's going on. And you get this little feeling that your grandmother may have actually set that up by bringing up DePaulo. She is sometimes known for being crafty in ways that one doesn't realize. Interesting for one who crafts so much. Haha, hee hee, ho ho.
He has a point. No! No! Now we're going to get help from the outside? Why don't we just give it all up? Let's just move down the mountain. Be gone with tradition.
But yeah, Una explodes and then just starts huffing. With any luck, her heart might give out right here and now.
As is tradition.
The funniest part about that is Hyalla would use Revivify and out herself as a
And throw her whole case away.
Hyalla! Hyalla, what are you doing? Why? No! She was dead! No! No! Johnny just falls to her knees and starts sobbing. Oh, she was dead!
And no better way for Hyalla to show she's prepared for war than to aid her opposition in their time of need.
She's not our opposition. She's on our side.
Also, I don't think you can revivify natural causes.
Yeah.
Oh. But if she has a heart attack
on the
because of a
other hand.
stressful situation caused by us, that's not necessarily natural.
It would
Yeah, I
be.
think age. Well, I think age is the only thing that you can't reverse. So technically, you have a point.
Oh, dang, okay.
Yeah, no, age is the only way you cannot revive someone. What are you gonna do? Bring them back to when they fucking died of old age?
Yeah, and
Die again.
let's say Wild Surge and become younger.
Yeah. That would mean they use magic, though.
Yeah, dress them in Atom armor and then cast Revivify on them.
Well,
As she's just spinning this now new pot that was merely a lump of clay a second ago.
well, it seems to me that it's 3-1. That sounds pretty unanimous to me. That's not unanimous. Oh, majority. I'm old, but I like pots. 3-1.
Damn, no wonder why Hyalla has a drug addiction. Her grandma's a pothead.
Yeah.
Jadia, sweetie, should we go with this plan?
Yes.
Oh.
Clearly, she's looking at her mother and then looking back at Una to see if the day is here. If she really will just keel over right now.
No, this requires further discussion. Out with you two! I've heard enough mockery of tradition. This will be discussed at length, and you will wait for our call.
Does Hyalla go to leave?
Not yet. She has words.
Oh.
You dusty old crone.
Jadia
Oh, yeah.
will bow her head and start backing up. And then she'll see Hyalla's not backing up.
You must understand. And she's gonna like reach out a hand. And she's like, tradition is not under threat from me. I can assure you of that. But it is under threat by what is to come. I don't believe that there's much of a way to make it through this except to engage in this war. I don't like it either. I find war abhorrent. It's evil, and the deaths and way it changes people is terrible. But even I believe that survival must come first. In order to preserve everything that we have now, it is the only way.
I said get out.
Hyalla holds her ground and is like, did you even hear a word I said?
Roll perception.
I mean, what's she gonna do, attack me?
She throws a cane at you.
Out of the corner of your eye, while trying to hold your ground, you see your grandmother's hand behind the little pot she made, making a hand gesture, meaning stop. Hidden behind her pie and her little pot and her crossed legs, you just see this gesture going like, stop.
All I picture when you say gesture is the finger circle.
Finger circling over and over again. Stop, 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 stop.
I can't leave you to make your decision until I know that you've heard everything I have to say.
I have heard everything I need. Now get out.
I'm having a niption.
A nimshin.
Does she look like she actually listened to what Hyalla said?
Ooh, that sounds like an insight to me, doesn't it?
It does.
Roll me an insight. It looks like she might have. You're not 100% proof positive. But you think she listened. The words definitely touched her earlobes. Definitely went inside.
Right.
If they stayed in there, anyone's guess.
And Hill's gonna be like, I need you to say in sincere tone that you've actually listened to the arguments that have been presented No more sneering. It's not getting us anywhere. Until I know that you've actually heard what I've had to say, I will stay here and I will continue to say it.
I like Hyalla with clapbacks.
That's our girl.
Yeah. Hurry up and come back, please.
Merrymaker, why are you bald?
Because he played around with
Magic.
things he doesn't understand.
At that,
That could be it.
you see on your left your mother come up in front of you, and you just feel a hand push against your chest, and you are literally being pushed out of the room. Forcefully.
Yeah.
And before you can get your grip again, she just closes the door behind both of you, and she's just glaring at you with a cold, icy grin. Oh, cold, icy stare.
I was like, where the fuck is she grinning?
I've gone crazy.
What part of leave most of the talking to me wasn't clear? You
I
were
didn't do
so
it. Fred
good.
did it.
You were so on point. You were actually doing it the way you were supposed to. And then you had to stand your ground to the one person you shouldn't. What is wrong with you? Did you forget everything I've taught you?
8 things you taught.
You taught me how to survive. You taught me how to fight. The clan taught me how to respect elders.
That wasn't respecting your elders.
Shut up and let me finish. And she lets her claws unsheathe. As I was
I've
saying,
got a question for you. If Jarnia was pissed off past the breaking point, what is the likelihood that she would claw Hyalla across the face?
Hi?
You take 6 slashing damage across the face.
What about her armor class?
Yeah. Make that unarmed attack with claws. Because it'd be really
I don't
funny if
have
you missed.
Unarmed attack with claws.
Let
And
me
it's
see.
going to take a long time for me to put one into Foundry. So I think we can call it an unexpected surprise attack.
You gotta at least give Hyalla the chance to try and catch it.
You know what? Fair enough. Now I gotta think of what...
Yeah, our local BAMF won't just take this, today.
Exactly. Mama ain't raised no quitter.
Mama did raise a hitter, though, so she better be careful.
Yeah, I don't think... Because Hyalla's about to do the same.
Oh, they are similar in some ways.
So... I guess just roll a flat d20?
Yeah.
I can't remember if that hits.
It hits.
6 slashing damage across the face.
And Hyalla's just gonna continue talking. She's just like... Yeah, she said as I was saying, got slashed, and then it was like, as I was saying... This clan taught me respect for the elders, but being out there taught me that that has to go 2 ways. She wasn't listening, and I wanted to make sure that she knew that if her decision is based on not even listening to everything the argument was made up of, then her decision is worthless.
Well, congratulations. You may have just shot your entire argument in the foot. She is the oldest. She is the most respected, whether we like it or not. And that display may have just cost us this entire argument. But at least you have your outside teachings. And she just storms away from you.
Yeah. Does Hyalla say words?
I hope so. I've been loving it.
And if she disagrees, then I'll try and convince her again. You're welcome to run away, she says to her mom's back. But if this outcome doesn't come out as I hope it does, then I plan to re-argue it.
Yeah, she doesn't get really any of that. She's already, like, too far by the time. Unless you start shouting it.
She doesn't shout it.
Yeah, Jaudia doesn't really hear much, if any, of that. And now Hyalla's standing outside the Elder Hut with claw marks across her face. In the snow. Alone. What'd Hyalla do?
She's just gonna go, like, sit with her back to the side of the igloo that they're in. I DK how well sound travels through them, but if at all possible, she's eavesdropping. And if not, she's just waiting. And also probably sharpening her sword.
Yeah, listening would just be a perception roll, right?
Yep.
Give me DC 18 perception. We'll call it normal.
One.
So it's quiet for the first few minutes, and then you hear discussing. And you can't really make out what's being discussed because the walls are quite thick. Intentionally. It is the one place that is supposed to keep more heat than normal. Because old people and the cold don't really mix well.
I don't know. Some of these old people can get hit by the cold.
Them scrawny bitches.
Yeah, they feel it in their bones.
But eventually, you just hear the hoarse, old squawking raising in volume. And you can tell that an argument is just almost fully broken out. Which, I don't know how many elder conversations Hyalla's ever eavesdropped on, but this would probably be one of the rarer ones. It sounds like a vocal war going on in there. And you're listening so intently that you don't notice until you hear the snow crunching down next to you, and you just see a big mass. It sounds like it is going good in there. And as he ends
Issues
the
are being discussed, that's about as good as you can hope for.
I saw your mother. She looks like your mother.
Oh,
She's about the same as always, yes.
And Boris reaches into his coat and pulls out a small flask. Well, small for him, medium and slightly large for you, and he just offers it to you. I can't imagine that feels very good. Perhaps this helped take edge off?
I feel fine.
it's just but a scratch, literally.
Have sip anyway. It tastes good.
Hyalla takes it and sniffs it.
Alcohol.
Yes.
Here, have some booze to make you feel better.
She takes a small sip, gives it back, and is like, actually, do you have a full bottle of that?
In my bag somewhere. I made sure I packed several. Cannot go on big journey, eat bunch of meat and have nothing to drink.
Do you think I could bring one back with me? One of the individuals back there has a taste for this sort of drink.
I am imagining is this the maker of Mary?
It is.
Yes. You can take as many bottles as you like, Mylan Kid. As he puts his big hand on your head, just pats you. So when do you think you will go back?
I suppose it depends on how long it takes the clan to agree to be prepared for what's coming. And she just kind of like gestures to the igloo behind her. If those ones won't oblige, I still think preparation is important, so there's plenty of others in the clan. The actual able-bodied fighters are really the ones who need to be ready. We can get them trained.
If it is going to be as big as you say, they will be small bucket in a dropped lake.
Of course, but it's better than being a speck of dust in that lake. At least a drop has some potential to affect the water. If it's part of it, it'll be more beneficial than just along for the ride.
Did this what was name? I can't the bad one. I need to think of him. Manzikar?
Zanzibar?
Yes, Zanzibar. Did he say anything about sending other Mylankies off to go speak to people?
I'm not sure. At the moment, this was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. I was given the option to come back and not go back out there, to ignore the war that's coming. It's really my own fears that lead me to think that it's inevitable it'll be here. In any case, I came here because I couldn't make the decision to go to war for everyone here by myself.
Let me ask you this. If you were given option not to go back, why all of this? As he gestures around to the general area.
Well, it's like I said, I don't know what's going to happen, but the way Zanzibar speaks of the war, I don't think it's going to be isolated. I think it's going to change the entire world. And I think if we aren't sided with the side most likely to win, then if nothing else, we're just going to be random casualties. So I believe that taking my place on the front line and having everyone here ready to fight to protect this land, I believe that that's the only way we're going to survive all of this.
I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to look at the OBS thing, and I couldn't see the red dot for a second because it was behind the little Bailey's bottle. And I nearly leaped out of my chair. It's still recording though.
Hello, people of
But I almost...
Another Bailey's bottle.
I almost lost my fucking mind. I'm sorry, you were saying?
She just repeated the same thing she's been saying.
Ah, fair enough.
That she's here because she doesn't think there's a safe alternative.
Well, I cannot answer for them. As he points back towards the igloo. But I am thinking I may need few days to find more provisions, hunt more, rebuild backpack, but I think I should go with you when you go back. I am think that it might be good idea if I get to talk to this Zanzibar? Yes?
That is his name.
Hooray! Boris wins today. Boris manages get one word in common. Maybe before I die I become fluent. As he looks at you and gives you a big toothy grin. You thinking of what to say?
Have I been prompted to say something?
I thought maybe that would prompt you to say something. I mean, after all, he is talking about coming with you to meet Zanzibar.
Which she's gonna be like, no.
She's just like, no.
No.
You. She thinks for a minute and looks at him and is like, I'm sure he'll talk to you at some point eventually. I don't know if right now is the best time.
Well, like I said, it will take a few days for me to get ready. I'm not talking about right now. How would you even get to here right now? It's a long way.
Magic.
What? There's no such kind magic that can go that. Oh, wait, we've had this conversation before. Right. Big spooky man does things Boris no have brain understand. Speaking of knowing people who understand things, I am thinking I should write letter to old friends. Maybe. Surely they are caught up in this. After all, that message is not good news. It is quite bad.
I assume I don't have to tell you to be cautious of the channels by which you send it.
I am thinking paper and letter. Good way. Worst that can happen, bird is eaten and letter go nowhere. I am not about to use magic gubbin humble jumble. Took me long enough to figure out how this work.
I don't mean use magic. I mean outside of the male spider's range. My guess would be that certain male carriers are aligned with the people that are to be our enemies. The last thing we need is a letter being intercepted by forces that are against us.
I will use my personal Beaky. Beaky is good letter carrier. He is baby. Small little Mylan kid. He flap his wing. Old, but he quick.
As long as you're sure.
Can I interject with a funny thought?
No.
Okay.
No.
Funny is not allowed in D&D.
Yeah, funny is not allowed here. Only being angry and crying.
Yeah, I bet.
Say your
what-
funny words, Magic Man.
When he was talking about the other people he knows getting involved, I just imagined, like, after that announcement, Oakley just looks at the receiver and just screams Samson's name like he's Alvin from the Chipmunks.
Samson! And she's just shaking the fucking receiver.
Exactly!
Samson!
Exactly that.
I am thinking it may take me. Will I have to write? And you just see him start counting on his fingers. I have to write 3 letters. And I have 1 bird. Oh, this is not going to be easy. How do I send letter that for? Ah! Wait! Boris, no. Boris said 1 letter. Send 1 letter on Beaky. Beaky fly down the mountain, use the current. He go to Verisis, he deliver letter, and then she can send other letters. It is brilliant. Boris is genius. I just hope Beaky is capable of making long trip. It has been a while since I've been able to send letter that way. Oh, it will be good. Now, provisions. Let's see, meat, bone marrow, meat, pelts. Wait. Yes, pelts must be kept warm. Liquor, water, more liquor. I say maybe 4-5 days before I can go meet Zanzibar. Yes, this sounds good to Boris. Yes.
Boris trying to kill Samson.
I do not know when you plan go back. Maybe we go back together, maybe not. I do not know. But Boris does not need to know everything. Boris knows 2 things right now. Must send letter, and it is good idea if meet with the Zanzibar. I want to hear what he think. sound good, Mylan King?
Her ears like perk up and like turn to like face him. She stopped paying attention. What was that?
I said it take maybe 4-5 days. Then I am ready to go see Zanzibar. And I can send Beaky go deliver letter. Letter and Zanzibar. These are two things important to Boris right now. Well, aside from the most important thing, which are my Mylan keys, as he leans over and brings you into a hug.
If that's truly the case, I think you're better suited going back to the academy.
What? Why?
Well, it's about to get involved as well.
Oh, you mean go back tell them about things?
Indeed. Oh, you weren't there, but I don't think we're the only people of Katma who are going to get involved. If we can rally every tribe and clan on this mountain, that'll be better, and the best point of operations to do that would be from the academy. We don't hold close contact with the other groups in any other way. The more people on this side, the better.
You are right. And then his brow starts to furrow. I do not like the idea of trying to convince Consoli to this. Putting Mylan Keys in danger does not sound like good plan.
They're in more danger if they don't know what's coming.
You are also right. And his brow furrows even more. That is why my eyebrow is turning into fuzzy noodle. I do not like that you are right. However, lucky for me, I do not have to rethink days, because I did also calculate going back to my office for supplies. So it is still 4 or 5 days. I don't have to think about it again. This is good day. So, it is 11:10. I don't know when you have to go to bed, but that feels like it might be a good place to stop.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do?
Hyalla might have one more thing to say. I don't know if we should get into it.
I think we have the time if Ed and Shay are good with it.
I'm down for whatever Hyalla does, especially if it's come home.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie, the primary reason I'm making Hyalla fight against, Boris returning with her is if he crashes our reunion, I'm gonna be pissed as hell. Like, genuinely.
Oh, these are friends! Hello!
Man already stole her spotlight once. I don't want it again. Alright. Should she say the thing?
Means
You can
Hyalla's
say
closer to
the
coming
thing.
back.
I don't
Should
know.
come back tomorrow.
You know why she has to come back today?
I know why.
Yeah, my
That's exactly why he wants it to not happen. It would be so funny.
It would, and I really wanted to. I just want.
I mean, you still got. I mean, next session is still gonna be the same day.
Yeah.
But what if, and hear me out, it starts with Hyalla being back?
I don't think we'd get that far, because the elders haven't even finished
Except they're
talking.
denied.
Well, anyway. What was Hyalla gonna say? Ooh, what she say?
Is DePello still hanging around?
Yeah, he's still sitting there.
Okay. She thinks for a minute. And she looks over at him. It's just like... Do you actually believe in me? You heard the question?
I do not understand what you mean. I heard the words you say, but I have no idea what you tried to get to.
Well, it just seems like before, when I was explaining what happened and they all looked like they were reacting the way you did, you stepped in, took over. I didn't get to say a thing. Did you believe I couldn't convince them?
I believed not that you wouldn't be able to convince them, but that they would make the same mistake I did. It was not a lack of faith in you. It was a lack of faith in them. I did that because I wanted them never to doubt you for the wrong reasons.
So it's better they doubt me because they see that I can't speak for myself.
That was not something I intended to happen, nor do I think it did. Your mother has wisdom, but I would not let her get to you. She has a lot to learn herself. Believe me, I know.
It's not her thoughts that I worry about.
But it is not my thoughts you have to worry about either. I was trying to help you, not to hurt you. And you have not been listening to the chapter, my monkey. Since you left, no one is talking about you making mistake or not being good or being perfect.
Of course they're not. I didn't even get to say what I needed to say. She just shakes her head. Doesn't matter now. I thought maybe I'd gotten better being out there. Just feels like I haven't changed at all.
Oh, believe me, you have changed plenty. Maybe not in some of the ways that you think you have to. But I see a beautiful young Mylanki who has grown into an exceptionally young woman. And it happened in the blink of my eye. Also, can you imagine how I feel sometimes? Public speaking is not fun. The only reason I felt so confident to do so was because I know the old language. You know I do not make such speeches in common. My words do not come as through as fluently. I cannot speak my mind as well. Public speaking is not easy thing to do. With all you've been through, I did not want you to get hung up on it. Believe me, I did not want to hurt you. You understand that, don't you, my Lanky?
Of course. It wasn't you who did anything wrong. I just wish that I did better.
You have the rest of your life to work on being better. Even I have skills I still work on. Some obvious, some you don't see. You are never truly done learning. You have to accept that when you fall or stumble, it is not for you to relent on it, not for you to dwell. You simply have to accept that if you did not do as good as you wanted this time, you try and aim to do better next time. Little by little, you will get the hang of it, believe me. Even if it felt like it was so worldly important now, believe me. This moment will pass. All of this will pass too, as scary as it may seem now. After all, when you read a book of history, you read about things that happened in the past, some good and some bad. But we're here now, aren't we? All those past bad memories, all those past good dreams, they come and they go. You will be okay, my Loki. And he'll lay out an open palm, face to the sky, wanting you to, basically offering his hand.
She stays where she is. She's just kind of looking off.
You know, I have been keeping one earlobe to the ice. I have not heard them yelling quite as loud in a while. In fact, it doesn't sound like they are yelling at all. Do you think maybe they are done?
I assume they would step out if that were the case.
And at that, you hear the door to the elder's igloo open up. Do you look towards the entrance?
Yeah.
You see your grandmother with all her furs and shawls waddling out. And she sniffs the air a few times.
Hyalla! Hello! Did you not get something to eat? You look thin.
I'm alright.
I see your mother had her way.
As she reaches her old shaky hand to your face.
One should never strike a babe in the face. It'll hurt the fur. Would you like a pot?
As she pulls out the other pot she was making.
I'm alright.
managed to beat down the beast.
Literally?
And then some blood starts slowly coming out from under the igloo.
As you just see her old shaky head smiling at you. Words to say?
So you believe the clan is prepared to do this?
I believe we have the go-ahead to try.
Preparations ought to begin as soon as possible. As was brought up, resources are going to be a heavy matter in this situation. The more weapons and medicine we can have stockpiled up in advance, the better off we'll be. And then she gestures to DePaulo and is like, I've asked DePaulo to work on getting other clans and other tribes to join the efforts, so there's a chance we'll be hearing from them as well.
Quite the leader you are. Of course, all of this is very important. But where's my great-granddaughter? I have been cooped up in that horrible igloo for long enough. I want to see some of my own pieces of craft work. I need a new idea for a new pattern. And I want to show my great-granddaughter the craft. Maybe she'll like pots as much as me.
Nobody likes pots as much as you.
I imagine she uses them in a different way.
I know. The first time I saw her take one of my pots and place it on that little head, I felt young again. Let's go find her.
As her hand comes out from under the shawl sleeves, and it's just wiggling her fingers, searching for your hand.
Hyalla stands up. She doesn't take the hand, but, like, walks over to the last place she remembers Kuno being.
You don't take your grandmother's hand to help her walk to find Kuno?
No.
I didn't know she needed it to walk. She'd do it then.
I mean, she doesn't need it to walk, but your grandma wants to hold your hand and walk to find her great-granddaughter. How are you going to tell grandma no? I mean, you can. That'd be pretty mean. I'm kidding. Do as you will. So you and Grandma go to find baby?
Yeah.
And I think that is a good place to end off on. Woo! And hey, look, it's still recording. We actually got some comma content.
Yay.
Holy shit!
Please.
Goodbye, everybody.
Peace.
So
little-
Miguel's going back next session.